Good morning, my dear students. So we are continuing the chapter heredity and evolution, and in our previous class we were studied about different type of traits that are selected by the Mendel in his experiment on garden pea. Right. We know that Mendel is the father of genetics, who discovered many things, laws in genetics. We know that heredity is the basis of everything. That means the transmission of one character or trait from the parents to the offspring is termed as heredity, and that kind of traits are called as inherited traits. And we know that is the basis of the characters, transfer of characters from the father to from the father or mother to the daughters or son. So that there are certain it follows certain laws that are termed as laws of inheritance, and which was discovered by Mendel in his experiments. So for discovering that, he conducted different kinds of experiment in the field of genetics, and in that we have to study the experiment on garden peas. He selected garden peas for many reasons, because the garden pea plant shows different variations. Means the variations of traits are shown by this garden pea plant, and also we can easily count the number of progenies, and also this plant can be easily propagated, and the visible characters, contrasting visible characters that are selected by the Mendel for his experiments are round or wrinkled seeds, then tall or short plants, and also the flowers with the white or violet color. These are the three contrasting visible traits that are selected by Mendel for his experiment. Okay, and first he conducted the experiment on based on the height of the plant. One plant is selected short and the other plant with tall height. Okay, so when he conducted the cross between this tall, we can represent this as two alleles, T, capital T, and the alleles for short plants are small t. So when he crossed these two, tall plant and short plants, for the F1 generation, that means the progeny formed are TT, all tall plants. He actually expected that there may be the medium-sized plant while he crossed these two tall and short plant. But the result of F1 generation was a surprising one, which means all the plants were tall. Okay, all the plants were tall. So whether he need to identify, is there anything from this short trait is transferred to this generation, or otherwise only this tall trait is transferred. Okay, so in order to find that, he again self-pollinated this tall plant. So this is the F1 generation. And in F2 generation, he obtained that 1/4 of tall plants are created. That means if there is 4 progenies are formed, one progeny will get short in size. Okay, 1/4 of the F2 progenies were short, which means that if 4 plants are counted, one among that is short plant. So he identified, or he found that both the tallness and shortness, they are inherited to the F1 generation. From the parents, both the tallness and shortness are inherited to the F1 generation. That is why it is get transferred to the F2 generation, and one of the the two traits are expressed in the F2 generation. Otherwise, it will not be expressed. Okay, so what he identified that from to the F1 generation, both tallness trait and shortness trait are inherited, but in F1 generation only one trait is expressed. Only tallness is expressed, but shortness is suppressed in there. So here the dominant trait is tallness. We know that tallness is the dominant trait, and when we consider the F2 generation, here he identified that both the characters are inherited. That means tallness and shortness are inherited to the F2 generation also. So he identified that two copies of factor, which means genes that are controlling the sexually reproducing organisms. The traits, two copies of factor, which means the two alleles. That means a gene. A gene is responsible for the sexually reproducing organism for showing their characteristic trait. And these two may be identical or different according to the percentage, depending on the percentage of occurrence. That means either these two, either capital T may occur, or small t may occur, or capital T small t. So according to the percentage, it may be vary. So that may be either identical or may be different. That two factors or two alleles, we can now call it alleles, two factors that controls the traits. So here we can say that a single capital T represents the tallness, and small t represents the shortness. So here we can see that capital T result in tallness, capital T small t also result in tallness. Only the small, if there is double small t, that result in the shortness. So if there is one capital T is present, that leads to the tallness. So that T, the capital T, which means the tallness factor, is dominant here. Tallness factor is dominant. Tallness factor T is the dominant trait, and the small t, which is a shortness, is recessive traits. We have already studied about the dominant trait and recessive trait. So he identified the dominant trait as tallness and recessive trait as shortness. Okay, so the remaining portion we can take in our offline classes. This is enough for today.